Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the all-new 2023 BMW XM. This model is finished off in York Green Metallic, and it has an MSRP just shy of $170,000. So for today's review, let's take a look at what powers this all-new flagship crossover SUV from BMW. This has a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8. It's also paired to a 25.7 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack, along with the 8-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 644 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 6,000-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. It has a top speed of 168. This also will get right around 14 miles combined between city and highway. Running off of the hybrid system, it will get up to around 30 miles on just the EV system alone. So let's work our way to the exterior styling, where this particular model has a lot of the brushed gold accents. You will see that surrounding the kidney grille, where there are no active grille shutters. It is straight through to provide a lot of airflow to that V8. There's a forward-facing camera, a lot of gloss black too, which I think funnels in nicely to the lower section, where this has a forward sensor for the adaptive cruise. There's parking sensors, massive inlets in the lower section too, as well as these corners. I can see all the way straight through to the front tires. And then for the LED housing setup, the DRLs and turn signals are in the upper section. Headlights and high beams are in that lower section. It's a cool new split design that BMW has introduced. A little bit controversial, but I really like that new design. And then there's double lines coming down each side to match the points of those kidney surrounds very nicely. Now the XMs have 23-inch wheels. They're 10 inches wide up front, 11 inches wide in the rear, with a two-tone design to them. We have the M Sport brakes, and it would be cool to see a floating center cap. So BMW was always in the upright position, but it's a really nice combo for this. They ride well too, for being that large of a wheel. Now the gloss black works its way to both fender flares in the lower side skirt there too. This even has the power folding side mirrors, camera system, turn signal. More brushed gold makes its way all the way around the top of the window with gloss black in the lower section. And it has a pretty cool design to it. Now for the XM, I would say this is somewhere in between the X5 and the X7 as far as its sizing. It feels like an X5, not quite as big or roomy like the 3-row X7, but apparently this is a crossover style SUV. As we work our way to the rear now, I really like how integrated the spoiler is. It's not just a bulky afterthought. It's very aerodynamically designed with the third brake light. There is a BMW logo on both sides of the glass, wiper blade in the lower section. XM is over on that driver's side there, and then there's a thin design for those LED taillights. Now this has a backup camera, all the parking sensors, more of the brushed gold there, and then the quad dual exhaust. The tips are in the vertical position rather than being side to side, which is pretty interesting to see. This has an active exhaust on it too, and this can even tow right around 6,000 pounds. Now, as we work our way to the interior, for the key fob, you can remote start this just by triple tapping on that lock button. We have unlock, we have the power liftgate control too. Now, as far as interior space goes, you have a lot of room. There's tie-down hooks. There's an area where you can place the hardcover. It looks exactly like this one located on the liftgate. It just goes all the way to the seats. We have the power cord in this bag here. There's also pillows finished off in the same seating color. And it's just very versatile. You can put the back seats down too to give you a lot more space. So for it being a crossover SUV, it still has plenty of room. Very spacious to be a daily driver. You'll notice there's a geometric design on the outside of the door handles. Keep that in mind for when we take a look at the headliner. Now we have the Laguna blue leather with the brown. There's the interior ambient lighting, Bowers & Wilkins audio sound system, all the brushed accents, and a ton of space in this door panel. Very impressive to see that amount of room. Let's take a look, quickly folding one of these seats down so you can bring this down, and as you can tell, plenty of room At 5'10", I also have a lot of space. With the front seat set at my height, I can almost lengthen or straighten my legs there. Very, very roomy. There's storage pockets, climate adjustments. These are even heated seats, a little bit of storage with some auxiliaries. There's even hidden auxiliaries behind both front seats, so you could attach a tablet here and keep it charged at the same time. And then that geometric pattern makes its way to the headliner, where there's the interior lighting. You can actually change those colors too. And we have that blue. The blue and the brown is just a cool combination. It really works well. And there's plenty of visibility, even with those pillars in the back. So it's super open feeling. And the front door panel is just like the rear. There's all the window adjustments, memory seats, even the massaging function. You can adjust the passenger seat. You can release the fuel cap, which is on the passenger side. Driver side gets the hookup for the plug-in. So if you need to charge that, very easily accessible. Plenty of space in the lower section. And then the beautiful blue seats. It's such a dark blue that I think it will age very well. As we work our way to the interior, as we start this up, take note of the BMW colors that run down this strip. How cool is that? Very nice touch to see. For the steering wheel, we have the M Sport steering wheel finished off in leather with all the colors. Adaptive cruise, all of those settings are on the left side. Right side gets volume and tuning, Bluetooth voice commands, and then this is for the content for the gauge cluster. So currently it's showing miles per hour, fuel level on the left side. On the right side, there's the TAC as well as the energy power. You can monitor that consumption. And then if I push on this button, now we can go through the content. So currently it is reduced. We can pull up trip data, look at the assisted view for the distance pacing, pull up a compass for the route. You can even pull up the map. So when you have the nav on, you can see that straight in front of you. There's setup. So this is currently how the vehicle is for all the driving modes. You have drivetrain and all of these vitals. You can look at the tire pressure, even the sport displays to see live readouts for that. There's a G-force meter, music and radio, and that's a good bit of information to see front and center. Now there's also M1 and M2. So like I showed with setup with the different driving modes, these are presets, so you can have them set and ready to go. Massive carbon fiber paddle shifters are on both sides too. Very fun to play with those. On the left side, good amount of storage space. There's all the headlight adjustments with one air vent, more of that lighting. And then for this one screen, working our way to the infotainment system, there's shortcuts to navigation and phone. You can get into your music. You can also go through an array of apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, charging. You can go into your seats. There's a lot that you can set up and configure as needed. You can quickly go into the climate adjustments, heated seats, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and then the fan speed and everything like that. And then temperature is also on both sides if you need to utilize that. Now pushing on the massaging seat, you can quickly get into all of these and set them up the way that you would like to. There's more carbon fiber underneath that with two air vents, more of the interior lighting, brushed aluminum, power and volume for the radio, as well as tuning, and then defrosters, and more beautiful carbon fiber is right in the middle. Now there is a wireless charging pad, some auxiliaries, even heated and cooled cup holders. Fantastic touch to see. Now if you don't want to use this as a touchscreen system, we have all the controls on the right side. You can use all of these shortcuts to quickly get through all this information with the rotary dial. For the shifter now, let's put this into reverse, where you can see the backup camera along with some shortcuts. You can go into different angles as well as the 3D view. Now this does have the gesture control, so you can go around the screen like that, or you can just use the presets located on the top-down view. Now if I put this into drive, we will have the forward-facing camera now appear. That was a cool transition actually. So you can go through all of this as needed. There's even a shortcut to the forward-facing camera on the left side. Park is located on the back, and then you do have the different transmission shifting points that you can control as needed. Traction control and parking sensors are also over on the left side. And then there's a few different settings. If you go into M mode, if you go into sport now, you can change the gauge cluster. So that will appear slightly different. M hybrid is how you can go through the hybrid system. You want the electric alone, or you want to save on the electric so you can charge that and use it as needed. There's also an exhaust note button, the auto hold, e-brake, and the downhill assist control as well. More beautiful leather surrounding both sides, leading to the armrest where there's a good amount of space and an auxiliary, and then plenty of room located in that glove box. We'll look at the visibility from the driver's seat now, which is very open, very easy to see all around. There's a call button and the dome lights up top. But now it is time to test out launch control. Let's get this XM out on the road. Here we go. Whew. That is so quick. And as far as handling goes, driving this, even in sport mode, obviously, that we're in, this handles so incredibly well. It's crazy for 6,000 pounds. You know, I'm not going fast right now, but going around some of these turns, it handles it well for its weight. You know, it's not a sports car, but BMW gives it the performance, it gives it the handling characteristics that it needs, especially for its weight. And let's go up to the highest shifting points now, where we can give it a little bit more on our way back. You can feel the jerks or the shift points when you put it all the way up. If you want to tone it back just to a normal daily driver, you can even feel the difference in normal drive. So as we slow down, it's perfectly fine, but we put it all the way up into setting 3, and it's going to get a lot more dramatic, even not using the paddle shifters. So like I mentioned earlier, it's just crazy to see the technology that's offered. This is the top M car from BMW, so they threw everything into one vehicle. It'd be really cool to see everything like this put into a sedan. So if you wanted even more performance focused of a vehicle, having a sedan versus an SUV, and we can take it on some twisties that I found for today. A few pops in that exhaust. I am thoroughly impressed with this. We have a sharp turn coming up here, which will be nice to test. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. I mean, talk about the ultimate daily driver that can tow as well. Like, oh man, it competes with other SUVs on this same type of level. Quality, materials, driving. It's also so quiet too, not in the modes that I'm driving in right now, but it's so comfortable and refined. I love driving this out on the highway. It's the ultimate daily driving machine. I can't pick anything apart with the all-new XM. So much fun to drive. But I think that is going to wrap it up for the all-new XM. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And with one last acceleration, that's going to end today's video.